Hello, welcome. I brought to you now a video on the acceleration of the hydrogen process. This is the first part. There are here the images of my hydrogen accelerator. The channel of the accelerator is a tube diameter of 20 millimeters. It is hanged up on a stand with 3 legs. The diameter of the circle of the acceleration is 85 centimeters and the volume of the channel is 1 liter. The channel made from copper, the volume of the hydrogen balloon is 1 liter with the pressure of 10 bar, so the pressure within the channel is 5 bars. There are 14 electromagnetic drives spatially wired all around the channel. What the experiment is about? The hydrogen process is of infinite large intensity. We discussed this subject already. You can find this video on the YouTube address here below. The question is, what does happen if the quantum impact of a process of infinite large intensity becomes in conflict with the quantum impact of gravitation? There is here a figure for explanation of the conflict. The quantum impact of gravitation is acting upwards. The quantum impact of the hydrogen process downward is confronting with the quantum impact of the gravitation directed upwards. Now we have to stop here for a while and let us speak about the quantum impact of gravitation. There is a formula here, the Newtonian law of universal gravitation. G is the Newtonian constant of gravitation. Ma and Mb are the masses of the relation. R is the distance between the centers of the masses. We can write down this formula for the relation between the Earth and as a planet and a mass in free fall as well, this format. Let us take a look now on the following short video for having a certain specific view of this relation.
There are two objects with equal mass values on the screen. There is an attracting force developing between the two in line with the law of universal gravitation. As a result, the two objects move towards each other. The length of their displacements are equal because their mass values are also equal. If I change now one of them to an object with higher mass value, the case is the same, just the length of the path of the smaller objects will be more than the displacement of the other object with higher mass value. If I change now this object with the Earth as a planet, there is also an attracting force developing between the two. If the Earth is attracting the object, then the object is attracting the Earth as well. If the object is moving toward the Earth is also moving toward the object. whatever not measurable, whatever infinite short the displacement of the Earth is. The Earth and the objects are equal components of the universal formula. There is no principal difference between the two. We can say that the position of the object is defined by the Earth as a planet, but we also can say that the dynamic position of the Earth is defined by the mass, by the object. If we now take back the earlier object, then the relation is more complex. Here is an attraction, here is an attraction, and here is an attraction. We can say that the dynamic position of the components is defined by the relation of the mass values. And if we put even more objects around the Earth, then the dynamic position of the Earth will be defined by the mass values of infinite number of objects in free fall, which is a nonsense. The question mark is, what is going on?
The question mark at the end suggests it can't be the case. Yes, it can't. But let us discuss now what is the explanation of gravitation. The gravitation is much more than just attraction. Most importantly, it is the relation of spacetimes. There are three spacetimes here. The spacetime of the Earth as a planet, the spacetime of the object in free fall, and our spacetime on the Earth's surface. Gravitation is de facto a process as well, in its any meaning. There are changes in the Earth as a planet, in the objects, in so-called free fall, and changes in the environment as well. And we, as observers, we are also changing. The ruler of the change is the Einsteinian's law of the conservation of energy. The address of the YouTube video in the subject is also here below. There is an energy release during the event of the gravitation from the Earth as a planet and from the objects in free fall as well. The densities of the masses are decreasing because of the energy release. The mass of the Earth and the mass of the objects are transforming into energy. Therefore, the equation of gravitation, in fact, has this format. The masses are decreasing, the distances become shorter. The delta time in capital is the decrease of the mass of the Earth. The m is the decrease of the mass of the object. There is here the sum of the masses transformed into energies during the gravitation. We express now these two for c square, and we are coming to the format we were expecting for. The drive of the gravitation is the transformation of the mass into energy. Larger mass means that the release of the energy is more. or formulating it in different way, the decrease of the density of the Earth is much more than the decrease of the object. And there are here the basics again. Dividing both sides of the equation with the volume, the most important for us now is the last one, the last formula, which means the elementary densities of the Earth and of the objects are decreasing, and with that the volumes are increasing. It means expansion. In the case of the object, the expansion corresponds to the specifics of the elementary process. In the case of the Earth as a planet, the expansion is sphere symmetrical, as the shape of the Earth is spherical. Because of the larger mass, the expansion of the Earth is the decisive one. We don't sense neither the expansion of the Earth and the expansion of the object, because the difference in the space-times. What we sense, we call gravitation, attraction, but there is no attraction at all. It is expansion, and it doesn't move the centers of the object and the Earth. There is an important point here. The expansion of the Earth as a planet in the space-time of the Earth as a planet happens for infinite short time count. The intensity of the expansion is infinite large value. The same event, I mean the expansion of the Earth, in our space-time on the Earth's surface happens for infinite long time count. The gravitation means sphere symmetrical expanding acceleration, the transformation of mass into energy escorted by quantum impact of the Earth. And this quantum impact conflicting with the quantum impact of the hydrogen process. The expansion of the Earth has been measured. It takes 0.35, 0.47 millimeter per year, not too much. But we have not to forget that this expansion has been made in our space-time. There are those stating the Earth is expanding indeed, but there are also those, at least as many, believe doesn't. I would recommend this video most for those who are challenging it. The expansion in our everyday practice is more convincing. We have been wondering that all objects are falling free with equal value of acceleration of 9.81 meter per second squared. Independently, are they light or heavy? If our understanding is that gravitation is no other than the sphere symmetrical expanding acceleration of the Earth, it means in fact that the Earth's surface is expanding under the objects in free fall. And in this case, there should be no surprise anymore. There is just one more question to answer. Why our time count on the surface of the Earth doesn't slow down once in fact we have been traveled by the sphere symmetrical expansion of the Earth? The reason is simple. Our life is still going in our own space-time on. Just an example. We are traveling on the train, which we suppose racing with infinite high speed. But we drink our beer on the train still with the same intensity as we drink in the waiting room. And the toy car of our children goes with the same speed on the train as it goes at home. The speed of the train is not added in brackets telling just if looking at it from outside. There is already no time to speak about the hydrogen experiment itself, but I will speak about it in the second video for those who have still not given up. Take care. See you later.